we're back at the fire.
Back to the fire.
And that's the tour.
Second home.
Yeah, my second home. So Wayne, what I'm creating, I'm going to show you a presentation, and it's fire safety tips that are good for the elders and the community in general, kids, and focusing on hazards within the home and avoid fire. So this first picture, you can see it's supposed to be a doorway, but I don't think you or I could get through there in the event of a fire.
So that's not staged.
No, that's the house on the reserve. Another whatnot, tires, you name it, everything under the sun around this house. So I mean, if it catches on fire. But the other thing is, nobody can get in there to help. We can't get our equipment around there. It's not a good scene. The problem here is the dry grass. I just like that all the way around. And a couple of years back, we went here for a call for the exact same reason. Somebody was doing some backyard burning, got away into this grass and was heading for that. These guys got no greenery around their house, and the more green, the less it's gonna burn. We're cluing in on the sawdust that they've got down. I don't know if they're trying to make it grass or what it is. But also the couch, right? I mean, anything that's flammable and you're putting it beside your house just doesn't help your cause, but definitely piling a material that can spontaneously combust if there's enough of it. With the right conditions and the right amount of sawdust there, it'll just light up. Here the focus is the tag, the dial indicating that it's a charge extinguisher. And the reason for the tag is it's got stapled dates in there. Mm-hmm. Extinguishers are only good for so many years, right? And they got to be replaced. So our goal is to get an extinguisher program going on the reserve where we can go into the houses and recycle expired extinguishers, put new ones in. I love this one. You would see all this in the house, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you were a smoker, you'd have a lighter in your house because you smoke, right? This is a butane torch. Why people have it in their house, a flare. It's all, well, one, it can start a fire because it's an ignition source. And two, every one of those is explosives. Not good stuff to have, especially in the reach of kids. My focus would be, you know what, a lighter I can get away with, matches, or one of those, I can't remember, Bic wicks or whatever they call those. But a flare and a butane torch inside a house, unless you don't have kids, you're kind of asking for trouble. Mm-hmm. So this here is frying pan, so you know in a frying pan usually grease, right? Yeah. Well, that'll indicate a grease fire. The best way to deal with a grease fire is not to put water on it. So if you just smother it with a towel, even a wet towel, it'll deal with it. Now we're looking at the stove and saying, okay, cloth on the stove, not a good idea. It's combustible, right? The oven mitts, paper right next to it. I mean, this is a house in the community. Keeping the flammables away and keeping a cooking area for the cooking area to be done, right? So this is my favorite. Candles left unattended. Christmas lights. A couple of winters ago, somebody had a set of these lights in their bedroom, kids, and it actually caught the house on fire.
They did?
Yeah, it fell off the ceiling. They had it on the ceiling. Fell off the ceiling onto the bedding. Got the bedding warm enough that it ignited. I don't have one candle in my own private house. This is a chimney, so ensuring that, you can see mortar. There's mortar there. Looks like a clean out box here, or the top of you got to inspect. The goal here is to get people to inspect their chimneys. Mm-hmm. Picture of chimney pipes. I mean, you can see the corrosion on the inside of that pipe, right? That's just black soot. It's just like it's like a creosote building up on the pipe. Mm-hmm. If any band member wants their chimney cleaned and you're on a reserve, give us a call. We'll come up. Some people won't charge them. Some people just give us donations. Mm-hmm. We're just saying call us instead of calling us when this is on fire, right? So not just dirty pipes, but screws missing from the pipes. You got to inspect this stuff and take it apart. And in a perfect world, that's a beautiful picture, nice setting in the house. Paper that close to the wood stove doesn't make any sense. Wood piled right next to the wood stove. Stuff can catch fire without having a lighter underneath it. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, you can get that wood hot enough that it'll ignite itself. We want the paper away. We want the wood away. We want your stove area to be nice and clean, a meter all the way around that stove, nice and clean. Ensure they've got a combustible fire break behind the stove. And then ensure, the other question we got to start asking the membership is, do you have house insurance? This is my ultimate favorite. Obviously, a plug-in, right? We've got a power bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cords coming out of it. And we go to the top receptacle and you got 3 other cords coming off that. We're totally overloaded. And if I had to guess, this is some guys behind some guy's TV here. That's where we see this all the time. It's in the living room, television, stereo, lamp, Xbox, you name it, it's all, we gotta get it all into one behind the TV so nobody sees it when they come over, right? Big ugly mess. So you've got the chance of a fire here, or you've got a chance of a fire with all these things plugged onto a carpet, sitting on a carpet. Next we have flammable liquids stored in the house. I don't think I need to tell you that's not a good situation. Paint thinner, paint, woodworking stuff, and a little jerry can of gas. And these are pictures from our community. We've seen this in the community. And then we have a smoke alarm, little light indicator there, and it's not working. The light's not on. That smoke alarm is useless. So taking this kind of information, putting it out there to the community, and saying, look, guys, this is what we're finding in the community, and it's in your neighbor's house, and we need to figure out how to avoid this and be proactive instead of reactive. What I'm hoping to capture. Being proactive and educating our people versus reactive when the fire's here.
Thanks, Lindsey. I did that.
Oh, thanks, great. That's awesome.